You can say that Michelle is dating a billionaire for $1,500 a night, and you can't say Jax Taylor don't come to Zach's party at my house.
Zack was saying he wants to have a welcome back party for his boyfriend, and I offered him my house.
Well, I'm going.
FOMO. I mean, that's just Jax to a T. He needs to be included in everything. He cannot be left out of anything. That's why he was so upset that he went to rehab in the first place.
I was in a bad place, man. I was in the rehab and I couldn't do anything. You guys are all having a great time and I'm stuck in this freaking facility.
So the second he got out, he's like, party? Party? Where's the party?
I think I had a conversation with Zach, or Zach left it up to Brittany. I think she said that she was fine with him coming, so I told him to come.
I knew he was gonna show up.
Oh, here he is.
He's here.
How's it going?
That's so funny.
Because anytime Jax can insert himself into a situation to make it about him, he's gonna do it.
Sooner or later, I gotta confront people, right? Might as well do it now. I'm gonna talk to Brittany and then I'm gonna go.
Well, Brittany doesn't want to talk to you.
That's none of your business, it's my business.
You will not be talking to Brittany tonight. She does not want to talk to you, and this is my party.
Yeah.
Sorry, Benji's party.
Benji's part.
Then Zach kind of was spewing some shit at me and I was like, I don't need this. I don't like what you're bringing here, and I don't want you coming to my bar either.
Okay, tell your partners that then, because they let me in.
I know. Well, you're not allowed to go anymore.
Okay, great.
Okay. It wasn't just coming from me, it was coming from my partners too.
Was that the first time Jax had blacklisted you from the bar?
Oh, multiple.
So funny.
This one time he wants to say that he kicked me out of the bar. It was a watch party, and I brought 6 of my friends to like support the bar, and Jax sees me. I can see rage eyes, and I handed my card to the bartender, and I was like, make sure that you run this so he sees that I am paying for everything. I walk away. He then goes to the bartender and says, give me his card. I want to, she's like, I am not gonna give you his card. I'm not gonna give you his number. Like, what are you doing? So we sit down. It was maybe like, let's say 10 minutes later. I guess he must have been stewing about it. Comes out for, get out of my bar. You're not allowed here. By the way, I just gotten there.
He gets kind of crazy when he drinks, and he's very loud and obnoxious. And, you know, he's very theatrical with all his movements and talking. It's like, relax.
I've known Zach since I met Brittany. He's reeled it in significantly. He doesn't get as bombastic or...
Yeah, but, you
he's
know,
not as,
but he was.
He's more chill now, and he comes every Saturday to Tom Tom Brunch.
Man, that guy will go to anything,
But
everything.
he'll literally go to the opening of an envelope. I have no patience for Zach.
Zach does not go easy on him.
You uncovered cameras on your hour break that this random rehab allows you out of. You uncovered cameras.
Not random. It's a beautiful rehab. You know.
Oh, I'm sure. I bet it's a resort.
Yeah, Zach's like, oh, what are you gonna take away from me? I can't go to your dumb straight bar.
He has this thing that he controls everything.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's so weird.
He did not ask me about seeing Cruz at all, and I could not believe it. I think he was like excited to film again, excited to get his Botox again, get back with the boys again. I mean, he came to Benji's party and still hadn't even seen Cruz yet.
How many days was that?
You know, at least a week or so, I feel like.
Wow.
And then going around saying that I was not letting him see Cruz.
What else does she want me to do?
Log out of the cameras and leave the key? You know, do
I
that?
want her to, I know. Not until I see Cruz. I'm not doing any of that until I see Cruz. That's fair.
I don't know.
Say he really wants to see Cruz.
I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a
Why?
good idea.
But I want to see my son.
Like, are you kidding me? You're first off gonna say, like, try to make me look bad after you were in rehab for 30 freaking days that I'm not gonna let you, like, see your son. I took Cruz to the park to meet up with him, even in rehab. I would have let him see him. He didn't even ask. That's not true at all. She said, listen, I'm not ready yet to let you see him yet. And I was like, okay, well, when can I see him? When can I see him? I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready. It's actually just the opposite.
Whatever Brittany says is absolutely the truth. Brittany doesn't lie. She does let Jax see Cruz. The one rule that she has had since the second he got out is that Cruz was not allowed at his condo because she did not trust that he wouldn't have drugs there, have alcohol, or have strangers over, which is very fair assessment.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see him right away. And she's like, it's gonna take some time. I'm like, okay, well, just let me know, I'm here. I mean, that guy, he's the only reason why I'm still here. Like, you know, he's my heart, he's my everything. I'm a great, great father. husband? Absolutely. Great father? Yes.
Love that line.
I am. I drive it home. And Brittany will tell you too.
Merch it up.
I think he loves his son.
Yeah, I think he just needs to work on himself
Yeah.
first, but he does ultimately love Cruz.
He's good with Cruzy.
Yeah, he loves him for sure. I
Yeah.
know that. He just needs to step up in other ways as well, of course. But he definitely loves him.
It's a fine line because
Yeah.
Jax can bop in and, you know, be the big presence, hi, goo goo gaga, and then freaking leave. Especially when we're talking about Cruzy, who was just diagnosed with autism. Like, he needs to be with his mom, he needs the structure.
If anything, I would prevent Jax seeing Cruz more. Like, I have told Brittany, if he really thinks that this is what's gonna get him better, or like he's doing it for his son, okay, he doesn't need to see his son right now. Like, it's not healthy for him. He needs to get better and then can see him later. But Brittany is such a soft heart, she wants to include him in the big things. So she'll drug test him, let him come to the birthday. She'll give him the responsibility of pizza, which he up. And like, but he did pay for it. He did pay for it. So I will give credit where credit's due.
I get it in the beginning. I understand. I was trying to hurt myself, and you know, and when you're hurting yourself, you don't really care what's around you. And God forbid something could have happened, and I would have caused him to get hurt, and I didn't want that. So I wanted to make sure when I was out, everything was good. I was cleaned up. I was looking good. I was feeling healthy before I put myself in front of him too. We're getting to a good spot. We don't have a set schedule because obviously Brittany and I's schedule is very crazy. You know, every Wednesday, every other weekend. That's the goal. But right now, it's like, can you grab him? Can you get him for a couple nights? I need to go to New York because we travel a lot. That's how it's right now. And a lot of times, I like to go stay at the house, at our house. That way, it doesn't uproot him. That way, he has his pool, he has his house, his room. I'll just stay at the house. She's comfortable with me doing that.
Jason and I actually went over to Britt's, and Jax was there, and Cruz actually seemed really happy. They were getting along.
That's good.
The next day, I was like, Britt, did he stay good? Like and she was like, yeah, it was actually a really good day. And then probably 2 hours later, she texted me like, screenshot of a rage text. So she's like,
Oh yeah,
I'm seeing glimpses of progress, but it's not for very long. But I'm hopeful. I texted Jax after that, and I was like, it was really great to see how happy Cruz was at Easter, seeing both of his parents happy. So I try to use positive reinforcement when I do see positive behavior, and then I stay away otherwise.
Yeah.
You talked about anger being the root of your issues.
Yeah, I think that goes for pretty much anybody who's recovering. Drugs and alcohol are really primarily not the issue. I have anger issues, severe anger issues. The screaming, the yelling, that's been going on for years and years and years. Then I start drinking. The drinking wasn't the problem, it was the anger, then anger goes to drinking, and the drinking makes me more mad.
That was one of his issues, but it wasn't the only or necessarily the main one. I think he just had too much pride to admit that he was an addict.
I'm an addict. I have substance issues, primarily with cocaine. That's hard to say out loud.
And I think that's probably a common thing, you know, the shame that comes with it and people not wanting to admit that. We've seen Jax have anger issues when he's also sober. It's part of his personality.
We have demons that we're dealing with anger, with resentment, with just the way we live, with my bipolar, all my anger issues, all the things that I've dealt with in my life that I've never really fixed, that I would just sweep under the rug. They all come to fruition. They all come to a joint, right? And instead of dealing with my problems, dealing with my arguing with my wife, what do? I'm gonna, you know, snort a line and I'm gonna drink because it takes away my pain for a couple hours. That's why I would do drinking drugs, because it make me not think about the arguments, the fighting, the pain, missing my dad, wishing I was somewhere else, financials, taxes, whatever was going on in my life that I was angry about, drugs would take all that away.
I always knew, and I begged him to be honest with the doctors. I was like, it's more than just your anger, it's this, it's that. And I knew he wasn't taking it seriously. You wouldn't go to therapy for 7 hours a day and then rage text me as soon as you got out, you know?
Right, that's when you leave and you're like on cloud nine.
Exactly.
And you want to implement all the things you learned in therapy.
Exactly. And thank God, you know, he is more tolerable now that he is sober, which I pray that he is. I do drug test him on a whim, and he does get drug tested. And I'm proud of, I hate to say I'm proud because there's so much like hurt and anger there, so it's like hard for me to say those words.
But I think when you're saying that you're proud of him, it has to do with this thing and this thing only. It's not a blanketed statement.
Right. I was having a hard time even at the premiere party because a lot of the people on the carpet kept asking me how proud I was of Jax and stuff, and I had to like step off the carpet.
I go to AA 2 to 3 times a week. I go to therapy every week. I'm on some really good medication. I mean, this is the hardest season of my life. I think I'm like headed in the right direction finally, you know? But yeah, I honestly believe that alcohol and drugs played a huge role in all my anger and my spiraling and all that stuff. It triggered it for sure.
You were lovely the night of. You were the most like heartfelt, compassionate. Like you were so self-deprecating, but like the next day you'd be a monster.
It's
I feel like
a complete
the next
monster.
Well, I definitely don't want to like minimize the fact that he's come out as an addict. You know, and Brittany and I have talked about this. Jax is who he is, right?
Yeah, it doesn't change just because he's sober.
No. What will change if he does stick to his sobriety is that Cruz will have a dad.
Exactly.
And I think that that's
important.
The only hope.
Yeah.
Schwartz, you welcomed Jax to the neighborhood.
Came in hot with a plan.
As you tend to do.
What's up, dude? What's going on? This is a white orchid. It's symbolic of new beginnings and some other shit I don't know. I mean, listen, I got him one that's easy to take care of, right? I didn't want to set you up for disappointment, getting you like a bonsai or something.
You never brought me a plant.
I'll get you a plant. There's an epidemic of fake plants in podcast studios. I brought Katie a plant for her studio because it's like, what's the point of putting together these beautiful studios and throwing a fake plant in the back?
So you don't have to take care of it?
I guess. Just feels half-assed.
Has the orchid survived?
Yeah, it's not there now. I mean, he brought it was like 8 months ago, 9 months ago.
Yeah.
Now you got me coughing, sorry. Now, but yeah, it lasted as long as it could. I did everything I was supposed to do, you know, put the ice cubes in it like they say. And yeah, it lasted forever.
Well, they die and then they rebloom.
They always say they rebloom, but they never do.
They never do. Mine's never
You know,
rebloomed,
I got
actually.
an orchid from Beverly Hills Farmers Market that I kept alive for over a year, and I think just by talking to it. Like, I would sit down and talk with it.
That's a thing. I talk to my plants.
Take it in. It's a freaking weekend. You're not driving. Okay, you're dead. Your Majesty, my only friends.
I don't know if you've ever been into Tom's house. It's like Jurassic Park in there. It's like.
I had to reel it back a little.
There's so many plants in there.
Yeah, no, I cut myself off.
I'm more of an outdoor plant guy.
Yeah, I like outdoor plants too.
I keep those going for a long time.
Yeah.